Immigration. Immigration. You're going to talk for 4 minutes about immigration, starting now.
I feel like immigrants should probably be let in because they help the country, but they do have to pay taxes and can't just live here for free. Because they bring new things, like skills. They bring new talents to help our, and Donald Trump's talking about how he's going to help lower taxes so people come into the country and build new jobs and bring their old jobs that used to be here back so that they can work here and help grow our country.
Yeah, but like I can understand how some people think they're bad because like some Americans don't have jobs, but like I agree like they should be let in.
And some people don't trust them because all the problems with ISIS right now, we don't know if we can trust more people to come in and just have more problems.
I have to side with Dad on this.
But
luckily they don't know any background checks to make sure that they are going to cause problems and you shouldn't just keep them out.
What's your idea? What's your idea?
Can I throw my 2 cents? Hey, someone else do it.
Give them a chance so they
What the problem that we already have?
What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, like, the reason of Mexicans come is
What do you think about it?
because they can't afford it there because their jobs don't pay very well, so they don't have like a car or anything.
Well, that's not
always true, but most of the time it's true. So they come here like walking or boating, like they like get on a boat that's like for supplies, and then they come to America and they're stealing Americans' jobs.
Okay, so building a wall wouldn't help with that because the wall would block ocean or block planes.
I know, but they'd have to buy a plane ticket to get on a plane.
Not always.
Okay, then well, they could get on one of those shipping planes.
I think that immigrants they should have like having a wall be higher security.
Can I throw my 2 cents in?
And they should have
The wall will solve the complete problem.
or like
Let's just move on, shall we?
If I might add something, Syrians, they don't want help. If they don't want help, I have to side with Dad on this one.
I don't think so.
I'm
afraid I disagree. I beg to differ.
No, I'm not sure about that. This argument has not been said.
I agree with you 100%. Tell me about it.
Immigration. Snapped on this discussion. Look at me.
Tell me.
Oh, when you go, you say your opinion.
Okay.
I can't be filmed.
really.
Oh, and just go. Oh, and go. It's fine.
Okay, well,
I agree.
I think that they should be let in, but they have to have like a full background check, because otherwise they could just have like, who knows, they could be like a criminal that was there, and they could be like holding like have a gun like hidden somewhere, and they could like right as soon as they get over, they can just shoot somebody. Okay, let's go into it.
I agree. Can I add something here?
Sure.
Because you said they can shoot somebody. They can, but if they're coming from Mexico, they get checked if they're coming in here legally.
I know, but they can't always have guns. What if they have like a person on the other side of them?
Everyone has to step out the vehicle when you're getting your vehicle checked and you
No, I meant like on the other side of the wall, like from the United States. That's helping.
I agree with you 100%.
Oh, you mean from the United States?
how it works now.
Okay, may I have your attention, please? Okay, here's my question. What are some things, if we're trying to hit that target and having a calm and informed conversation, what are some things that worked really well in that conversation? Some of the success stories. Nathan? Taking turns talking is working well. What else, Zach?
Knowing when you have talked too long.
Okay, having that self-monitor. Ooh, I probably should stop talking and let somebody else have a chance. Good. What else?
Like pondering what they say, not just completely shutting it down.
Okay, pondering. So it was something that you maybe disagreed with?
Yeah, but just like think about it first before you like.
Yeah, people will respond to you if they know that they've been listened to. So sitting there and thinking about, considering, don't just jump in and with your rebuttal, okay? What else, Drew?
Well, I kind of like interrupting you. Because like when you do, then like, well, you kind of get your point across more that you're the way you think is right and theirs is wrong.
That's not typically a calm conversation. Okay, and so, and what happens, even if it's like calm temporarily, if you continually do that, what usually happens is the person starts to shut you down or shut you out of what they're listening, okay? So you can try to convince somebody, but if you try to interrupt and be more forceful, typically people will only change their mind if they feel like they've been listened to, then they're willing to listen. So listen to them first, and then have stronger arguments back and say, well, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Here's how I see it. What about body language? What body language was really working well? Ashton? Okay, I'll come back.
Just like sitting still, not like doing anything,
Uh-huh.
looking in their face and stuff.
And not fiddling in their binder, not like, looking at something else, but just kind of sitting still and calm. Natalie, what else? Eye contact is important. Zach?
You look like confident and you look like sitting up straight. And I think people seem to like think more about what you're saying and think about it more about what you're saying because you look like you're more confident about what you're saying.
Right, so you're saying sitting more like this than like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this tells people, I'm interested in what you say. And you don't have to be like ridiculous, right? But just even like this is, I'm interested. This says I'm not interested. And I had some people today say, but I just want to be comfortable. Like, okay, you might be comfortable, but it literally says I'm not interested. I didn't write the universal body language, that's just the way it is. So if you want people to think you're interested, you have to look like you're interested. Natalie?
Kind of acting proper, like
Okay.
kind of they have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what things happen that you're like, oh, I did that and it didn't really work, or maybe anybody like not feel listened to, and like, seriously, there's no judging. That's why we're practicing, so that tomorrow when we're really doing it for real, we will know what to do and not do. Is there anything that happened that you think, ooh, I don't want to do that again? What do you think?
Like, you said like to use these, but it's kind of like, it makes it a little weird when you're like flipping and then looking at it
Awkward.
and then reading it.
Yeah, and that's why your homework is going to be kind of prepared. So that's why we're practicing it. And if you want to take these home and just have some that you're thinking, I'm going to use that one, it might be a little bit more natural. I can definitely see that. Zach?
I just have a question about the paper. Why did it say like according to Lisa?
I think it's just giving a name. You know, so yeah, and you could say, you know, according to Zach, well, he gave a presentation on this, on immigration or whatever, and he said that there are 11 million people in the United States. Okay, that would be something that you could use that. But yeah, it does just kind of fill in a name. David?
Well, yeah, why don't we just say Lisa is just like a really smart person and like Dad is a really, well, my dad isn't, but James is a really smart person.
Yeah.
Like, we could just say that.
Okay, now there was a group that the conversation died fast. Okay, so what happened is two people shared and then it stopped. So what happens? What can you do if the conversation dies after two people shared? Addison.
Well, I think you're talking about our group.
I'm actually not, but that's fine.
But I said, "What's your opinions on this?" And then it was
Okay.
quiet.
And you know if you're quiet or not, right? So if you're quiet, you're gonna have to put yourself out there a little bit and talk. But you invite it in, right?
Yeah.
So somebody who is not as quiet should invite in. What else, David?
Well, you could kind of like revive it, kind of like
Yeah.
if they just like go like, yeah, so I think this, and then everybody's just silent. You could be like, well, moving on. What do you think about this?
So you've heard presentations and you know arguments on both sides. You can start talking about those two arguments. Yes.
I think the reason it happens is just because the people at the table agree with each other, so they don't really have a reason to fight.
Yeah, so everybody agrees. So if that happens, I would strongly suggest coming up with those alternate arguments. Okay, here's what I want you to do. At your tables, I want you to number off 1, 2, 3, and in some cases 4. Go ahead and do that now. What I'll do is have you two, would you please join here?
Sure.
Okay, and then, oh wait, hold up. One of you join here, one of you join over there. Because that way it makes it even.
The ladies.
Okay, so, Annika, would you please draw?
I want to draw.
Sway. Gun control is the new issue. Sway. You have 4 minutes starting right now.
I don't have a gun.
Okay, gun control on this is that if all these people are doing this, there's really no way to take them back. So, forcing, like, no guns at all, then it would just leave us defenseless.
I think at least people need to come back in for a background checks and everything, just because if we don't do anything about it, we're just going to keep having problems. But if we do background checks and only tell over the people in backgrounds who haven't like gone to jail for like murdering or anything, when we do them. But I just don't think that they should be in the wrong hands. What about you?
The way that I see it, it's like everybody should have a gun because like they've established that like from like a very early stage in human history. And like if I'm still not perfect like with the shootings and everything, but like there has to be a level of trust for someone to have it.
Sometimes you might have done it if you run into a bad part of town. If somebody comes up to mug you, and you really gun, it doesn't even have to be loaded. You can have the gun. That can just scare them off.
Yeah, but the only problem is like some people can tell like by the sound of the gun whether it's empty or loaded. So like if they like can tell that it was not loaded, then like continue getting loud.
I know, but you don't even have to fire. You just pull out and they have a knife. If they have a gun, now they're a little bit well, no, they have a knife, you don't have a range. And they're probably going to stay back if they have to get up close. So you can get on that later, but they don't
Now, they wouldn't.
So you guys are making a really good point. You would be more effective in communicating if you acknowledge what the other person is saying, because you're both making really good points. Acknowledge what you're saying is a good point, and then say, here's how I see it, because that other person's going to feel more listened to and more heard if you at least acknowledge it a little bit more. And then you guys kind of start ignoring one person, right? Did you see that? And you guys are going back and forth. So this is what I'm trying to say.
What do you think? I don't think people
if they want to, they should be able to.
But I think the background checks would be a privacy issue.
We don't need to.
Unless they're known for killing people. In which